All right, here we go. Drake May off the board
Oh,
first. Caleb Williams,
I will
Marvin Harrison.
lose my mind if I have to deal with Caleb Williams in our division. That would be a disaster.
I mean, hey, they're
No,
they're they're moving towards
no.
coaching staffs and everything where they're trying to get guys that have worked with him. So we shall see. Bo Nix to the Steelers. All right, are we just going
JJ
to
McCarthy.
reject trades
Oh.
to for this one?
Yeah, for starters, if we could, that'd be great.
Okay. All right,
Wow, we have a lot of trades.
we do. So you're on the board here, Aidan. Again, we have all offense, defense, and we can go special teams if you would like a new kicker.
That might be the only position right now that everyone feels confident and solidified is kicker. Take that as you will. Not the best, not the worst. All right, so let's take a look here.
Look at the top two needs here. Agreed with you.
There you go. Cornerback, safety, wide receiver is something I'd like to get into in the middle round, so we'll take a look there. So some names that came off the board. Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy back-to-back will send social media into a frenzy. Jackson Powers Johnson is the one that I wanted to shout out because that was a name we already brought up as someone who the Eagles could target. He goes to the Seahawks at 16, so that guy is off the board. I think we're going to stay secondary here with what we do, and you could go offensive line as well. I don't think that they would be that much out on Andre Mims or Tyler Guyton, and in terms of offensive line, Georgia, Oklahoma, I think that is something that you have to consider, considering how much they value the offensive line. But here's what I would like to do. If you could scroll back up there for me a little bit. I think I see my first pick here. Actually, can you filter it to defense only for me?
There you go.
Thank you, sir. All right. I think I have my pick, sir. I'm not just doing this for name alone, but I think we're going to take Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama. And it's not just Alabama this time. I really like this prospect. I think in the first, we did a little mock draft just to see if it would work, and I took him as well. I know they're saying he's not on the same level as Patrick Surtain, but as you can see here, because he is always in the right place at the right time. Well, I'm used to watching the corners be in the wrong place at the wrong time a whole lot. I think just technically sound, like we touched on it earlier in the show, there isn't something that this team does that's elite at the cornerback position. They're not fast. They don't cover well. They don't tackle well. Someone who is here, someone who can force turnovers, someone who is technically sound is someone that I would like on this team. So I'm going with Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid to the Philadelphia Eagles. Talk about NIL deals. If he doesn't.
I know, right?
All right. Well, that's a lot of picks. But I'm going to reject that.
Yeah. Maybe we need to go back to maybe not necessarily give it up on those trades.
Yeah, right. All right. So after you, Dallas Turner. So there's a lot of my guys. I'm going to go to all here, and you can see offensive tackle. I'm just going to put that, and centers on there. I'm just going to put that offensive line, linebacker, running back. It's interesting that safety, cornerback isn't on there, but everything else we talked about earlier is there. So you can see some of the top guys here left on the board, or defensively. I think Byron Murphy from Texas, the defensive tackle, is an option here. Obviously, they went defensive tackle in the first round last year. Mozzie Smith out of Michigan, big old 350-pound player who apparently dropped 85 pounds in the middle of the season and went from a one technique to a three technique for no reason. No one knows why. But I don't think D tackle is what they're going to take in the first round. I am going to filter on the offense, and I'm going to look at some of these offensive linemen. I think Jordan Morgan is an option here. He's been mocked multiple times.
Hey, producer Vince here. We lost Kevin's audio and video here. We're not sure why. The only thing he missed, he took Amarius Mims. Aidan pronounced his name wrong because, of course, he did. So now we will fast forward in the action to Aidan's next pick.
They already got Caleb Williams. I'm not negotiating with terrorists. Too bad. I don't know if you saw, but the Rams took J.J. McCarthy in this, which I think is very funny. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, we might have to break my rule, which actually kind of sucks. Oh no, we won't have to. Oh, this is great. I was looking at the edge rusher from Washington, and that breaks my rule of never drafting anyone from Washington in any sport ever again because it always backfires and blows up in my face. And I was very worried that I was going to have to do that, but I don't think I am going to have to because I think I see who I like, and it's Adisa Isaac, the edge rusher from Penn State. Now, Super Bowl Sunday coming soon. Well, apparently we only got the first 32 guys with draft breakdowns, but I think I can do it on my own. Hassan Reddick may or may not be back with the team looking for a contract extension. I'd still like for them to get this done. And even if they do get it done, I would like them to still look at edge rusher in the draft. It's a position that they value tremendously. Josh Sweat is due for an extension. Hassan Reddick is due for an extension. If those do not work out, where do you go? Brandon Graham is going to be retiring. It quickly turns into a position of need. Adisa Isaac is a very explosive athlete at the edge rusher position, similar to what you've seen with Hassan, where you're like, whoa, what a blur. Was that the Tasmanian Devil going by? Adisa Isaac was similar with Penn State. I loved watching him play this season, so I would take him at the edge rusher position at pick 50.
With another pick, 2 picks away.
Wait, how come we have 2 second round picks? How did that happen? Oh my goodness,
no
I can't believe it. Oh boy, I cannot believe it. Thank you to the Saints. You guys are just the dumbest franchise to ever exist. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. Now, let's just preface this right now. I doubt that the Eagles go 50 and 53 in the real draft. They'll try to wheel and deal. I don't think they'll pick as closely as one might be here, but for the sake of doing this draft, let's talk about it. This is quick, but I actually know the pick that I'm going to go with on this one too.
Okay.
This is the time. We touched on it. Linebacker, position of need for both of these teams. It is time. And we talked on it. I think that the Eagles are changing their culture when it comes to linebackers. I think they're actually going to invest in it now. They are going to do it. And I see the guy that they're going to do it with. Apparently, they've been talking to this prospect. They talked to him at the Senior Bowl. They like him a lot. Edgerrin Cooper, the linebacker from Texas A&M, is someone that they have already spoken to, talked to, and I think that they may make the play. A second-round pick on a linebacker, believe it or not, they are going to do it. So they've got a little bio for him. Mm-hmm. Naturally and consistently make plays are impossible to replace. He can run a 4.7 40-yard dash and still be valuable because his processing information is lightning speed. Okay, so right there. Anything that there hasn't been a linebacker on the Eagles that's been described as lightning speed, whether it's evaluating plays, reading plays, or just running. Lightning speed has not been in the cards. So if you tell me that a linebacker has lightning speed attached to their name, I'm in. I'll take Edgerrin Cooper.
Edgerrin Cooper, the linebacker, off the board, heading to Philadelphia. All right.
Oh, I already know what you're going to do. God damn it.
So we went offensive line in the first round.
Yeah.
Aidan also just got his linebacker.
It's time.
I think it's time to also bring a linebacker home for the Dallas Cowboys. There's a lot of good options. I'll just click all here so we can see. There's your Missouri. But there's wide receivers. There's a lot of options. Defensive tackle, Jonathan Brooks, the running back at Texas. But I think it's time to go defense. I think it's time to bring him home.
No.
My guy who I've been watching and loving at Clemson, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., son of former Philadelphia Eagles great Jeremiah Trotter. 89 tackles. He's 6 foot 230. There's something about his game that I love. His awareness and his instincts in the middle of the field. That is something that I just talked about earlier. Is lacking from the Dallas Cowboys linebacker room. They can't read plays well. I mean, for whatever linebackers they have left. So linebacker is a very high need. I think even if they have addressed it in free agency before this draft, I think if Jeremiah Trotter is sitting there staring them in the face, I am running the card up. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., a Dallas Cowboys at pick 56.
That would sting so much, and it is the other linebacker prospect that I would like the Eagles to bring in. And it would be very tough growing up on Jeremiah Trotter and then seeing his son go to the Cowboys. That would hurt beyond belief. It would keep in line with everything that's happened with our teams, with every year the prospect that I like the most ends up going to the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, now Jeremiah Trotter Jr. So happy anniversary of that happening.
You know what else I saw that was pretty funny here? Where is it? Audric Estime going to the Chargers, running back Notre Dame. So L.A. will have, with the Rams having Kyron Williams, just Notre Dame running backs all over Los Angeles right now. All right. Dallas Cowboys picking at 87. I have addressed offensive line. I have addressed linebacker. Let's see what we have all available. I think safety is an option here. Running back, I think, is also an option here. Cornerback. This is kind of where they can go almost in any direction. I mean, I love Blake Corum. I think it's a little bit early for him here.
Yeah,
man, this is tough.
I do like him.
I think Braylon Allen, he's coming off injury. This is the type of running back I think they need. I absolutely love him as well. I think this is what they missed this season. Everybody says without Ezekiel Elliott, that goal line guy, how many times did they get stuffed at the goal line? I also do like Cole Bishop, the safety. It's just what do they value more here? And I could go either guy right here, right? I think those would be my top two. But I think, and I'm going to mention his name one more time, Mike Zimmer, I think, is going to have an impact in the draft room. I think he is going to want to go out and shape this defense the way he wants it and get his guys. And what did I say? He's a secondary guy. So I think if both of these guys are on the board, Mike Zimmer may win out on this one to try and get one of his guys, get a safety, get a leader in there over a third-round running back. So I'm going to go Cole Bishop, the safety out of Utah, to try and solidify parts of the back end of Mike Zimmer's Dallas Cowboys defense.
All right.
Got to love the Utes, right? Just hard-hitting.
The Utes. The Utes.
All right, 97 coming up here for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, no. Man. I had my pick, and it went off the board of one pick before. So this might be a disaster. I don't know how you deal with this in real life. But so basically, I was going to choose Javon Bullard. He's the safety from Georgia. I saw a comp for him that was Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I think that was a big hole for the Eagles this past year, is losing Chauncey Gardner-Johnson in the end. He is a mix between a slot corner and a safety. He can play both ways. The Eagles value multi-position players, someone like that who can fill in the slot if Avonte Maddox gets hurt, or if he's playing slot, can fill in at safety if somebody gets hurt. You saw that a lot this year with the injuries they had in the back end, as someone who can do that. So let's see what else we got here. I'm very disappointed in that. I do love Braylon Allen. I think if I wanted to do the fun thing, I would go with Braylon Allen and take him at pick 81. I think that would be really tough for them to pull off, though, with the amount of needs that they have, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and just overall, they care about they care about interior offensive linemen. Now, I think I have a pick here, and this may be a little odd. If you could scroll down just a bit for me, I see his name on the bottom of the screen here. My little friend at 99 from Michigan, right there. Let's pull him up here for us. This is going to be a Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah situation all over again. I can't pronounce names. All I do is watch the players, and I know what they look like on television. Mike Sanderstill Cornerback from Michigan. I like the tenacity that he played with, especially in the college football playoff down the back stretch of the season against, Ohio State and the elite wide receivers that they have. I just thought he was physical. I thought he had attitude. And I think, again, you could name a quality in a cornerback. The Eagles cornerbacks just didn't have it. Like, I felt like we were a little bit soft. I just didn't love that the tenacity that the Eagles corners played with. I feel like they got picked on quite a bit. Keely Ringo, to me, has potential to not, we know for sure that he'll get into it, but I don't see anybody else on the team who does. So you bring in this cornerback from Michigan who plays with that type of attitude and had great, coverage skills and just ability to get his nose in on the ball. And it reminds me of Sidney Brown a little bit, where he was coming out of Illinois and they're like, well, he plays a lot, he plays everywhere, and he's hungry. Like, he just if you remember Sidney Brown, him and his brother were homeless, and when you watch tape, it was every single play looks like he's about to be back out on the street if he doesn't make this play. They need some sort of level of effort I questioned the whole back half of the year for this defense. So I would bring in Mike Sanders still, and I kind of love the tenacity he plays with, and just get some attitude. That's a term they use right here in the bio, tone-setting qualities. They don't have tone-setting qualities in this defense. Bring in someone who does.
Well, now they do.
Now they do. I know I went 2 corners, but
that's all right. Hey.
Oh well. Something's got to work.
So the Dallas Cowboys in our draft, I end up with Mims, Trotter Jr., and Bishop. So we went offensive tackle, linebacker, safety. I think this bleeds kind of right into what we were saying of what the needs are. Now, I am a best player available type of guy too. I think that also fell into their laps. I think Mims was one of the best players available when he was picked. Linebacker was a need, but also I think Trotter was one of the best left, and Bishop, one of the best safeties in the country, left at that position in the 3rd round. I think it kind of tied in together of needs and best available. Aidan, your Philadelphia Eagles here. Oh,
maybe.
I don't know why. It's not. Oh, there you go.
There it is. All right, so I know I went cornerback twice, but we touched on it to start the show. Position of need is secondary. I don't think that they can get enough. I like Kool-Aid right there. Again, beyond the name, I think he has a lot of fundamentals within his game that would make you, we'll call it the heir apparent to Darius Slay, because I think Slay was a very, technically sound corner and coverage guy at his position, just getting a little long in the tooth. So let's bring in some a guy who's younger. Let's have a youth movement in that back secondary right there. Adisa Isaac, I love the explosiveness. Edgerrin Cooper, again, just explosiveness. Athletic in a position of need who can cover well at the linebacker position, something that they don't have. And then Mike Sanders still, again, this was more just an attitude pick. This was an emotional pick. It was me being angry at the fact that how weak and how soft that team looked on defense towards the end of this past season from December on. So I brought in a guy who was playing better football in December and January for the Michigan Wolverines and winning a title.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is our first mock draft of 2024 heading into the draft. Like we said, we will continue to do these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 round mock drafts. We're going to do a ton of player breakdown videos where Aidan and I do in-depth breakdown videos, as well as short just clips on guys that we're interested in, that you may be interested in. So make sure you hit the comment section of our YouTube page. Let us know guys that you want us to go over, players that you think the Cowboys would be interested, the Eagles would be interested in, or hey, if you're a Bengals fan out there, we cover for the entire NFL. Let us know who you're interested in. And we'll,
offensive line.
Yes.
Every year until Joe Burrow retires.
Let's post the old meme about Joe Burrow and getting offensive line.
Offensive line. I keep seeing Brock Bowers mocked to the Bengals. So I'm just like, offensive line. It's like the quote in New Girl is like, who would want to fight, me or Gorilla? Gorilla. No, but in a contest. Gorilla. But no, in a competition. The Gorilla. No, we should draft a tight end. Offensive line. No, but for football. Offensive line. No, but on our offense. Offensive line. There's no stop trying to do anything but.
Yep. Just do it.
Just do it.
That was fun. I love these.
Oh man. We saved the city. Look, SpongeBob, we saved the city with our 3-round mock draft. I can't wait. More to come. This is just, February, the date, and we'll keep going. We have 2 more months of this. I can't wait.
Yep.
And free agencies in March.
Absolutely love it. So enjoy everything in terms of the offseason. If you are junkies like us, you'll be watching every moment of the combine, taking every mock draft, do it all while we also get ready for pitchers and catchers and spring training. So, Aidan, tell the people how they can follow us and make sure they don't miss a mock draft or miss some content or miss anything.
Best way is probably YouTube, at Birds vs. Boys there on YouTube, because you'll be able to see our screens and follow along as we do the mock draft, see the prospects that we're looking at. But all the podcasts are available on audio as well, anywhere you can find podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google. Our TikTok, Birds vs. Boys Pod, has all of our clips. Our Twitter, at Birds vs. Boys Pod, has all of our memes. And we do our clips on Instagram, at Birds vs. Boys Pod, as well. So anywhere you want to find us, depending on the content you want to get from us, we have something for everybody.
Enjoy your day, enjoy your afternoon, enjoy your evening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that comment section if you did watch on YouTube. Let us know what you think of our mock drafts, and you'll probably say,
well, I got a better pick than that. 2 quarterbacks? Hey, that's stupid.
But that's
might be
what we're
dumb.
here for.
But I chose with my emotions, so I feel like people can resonate with it.
We're just trying to help the team. No one said we were smart.
We're trying to save the town.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This has been Kmess and Aidan on Birds vs. Boys.
Chris Hansen here, and I'm going to need you all to take a seat right over there and check out Birds vs. Boys.
I think you're completely right here, and I hate it.
Yep. Hey, idiots. Stop doing dumb things. I got 2 phones. Upside alert. Upside alert. I might go insane.
I think you're already there.
There's no hope. Hope is gone. If this was an AFC North podcast, we'd be done in 15 minutes. Bob Hope.
I'm going to drink bleach.
That it?
Be the team you promised me you were going to be this year!
This is the Consciously Hopeful podcast.
I'll be watching.